morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Time once again to take in the fresh air of truth and freedom, found only here at WEEB in Moore County. Let me see. Boy, there's so much, Ukraine, Putin, etc. I'm just wondering what's all going on behind the scenes here. I'm reading here about the WHO. The WHO is getting ready to place themselves in a preeminent position to control, every aspect of health throughout the world.
I thought you were talking about the band.
No, the WHO, the World Health Organization, and there's all kinds of things, kind of sliding by here while everybody's focused on Ukraine. Man, you need to start looking past the lines here. Look between the lines with what's going on with Ukraine.
All right, don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running for you at Talk 97.3 FM or Talk 104.1. I'm sorry, it's at Talk973.com. And then Talk1041.com. And then WEEB990.com. All right, they'll go carry you to the right place. You go to the middle of the page and look for that live video click, and you click it, and you're watching that quick, along with our chat room on that page. And if you just want an audio stream 24/7, that's available at our website. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says, "On the air, listen live." Click it once, you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area, it's getting better and better as we speak. Look for things to be, let's see here. Come on, Napster, you do it every day. Mostly sunny today with a high of 67. Then tonight, clear skies and 39. Wednesday, sunshine is 74. And it gets better from there. Thursday, sunny and 76. Then we have a one-day dip in the temperatures. It'll be partly cloudy, high of 58 on Friday. That's the only day it'll be much cooler. Then for Saturday, over the weekend, 74 on the partly cloudy skies Sunday. Saturday. And then Sunday, partly cloudy 81, 82 on Monday. And guess what? No mention of rain throughout the whole week. Right now around Sandhills, winds are calm. Pressure 3024. Solar radiation is 25 watts per square meter. 2.34. Humidity 89%. Sunny and 37 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 7:34 past the hour. What has happened since we last met? Well, the Russians are encircling Kyiv and kind of taking it inch by inch and walking their way in. They'll take it over. They've already taken over. What's that other place called? Like Cherkiv or
what? Down Odessa somewhere?
No, it's the upper western part of the
Charkov.
Charkov.
It's different name. I can't. I knew it as Charkov. I don't know what it's called now.
Okay.
Yeah, supposedly they're in that town, going house to house. So.
Yeah, but they got, I heard this morning, 2 days of Stinger missiles left, or a week. It was a week worth. And other countries are trying, and the Javelin, and there are other countries that are trying to get it into them as quickly as possible, including the United States. So perhaps it will be enough to causing us havoc to make them think twice about it, continuing the invasion.
Well, they're already behind schedule. They thought they were just going to roll in there and that was going to be it, and it didn't happen for them. So, it just doesn't look good for Putin. The performance of their forces. There's lots of stuff going around out there. I don't know what's true. Ukraine is putting out their stuff. The Russians are putting out their stuff. You can bet that no matter what, it's bad for both sides, and whatever either side is telling you is probably a half-truth, and I don't know. It's going to take a long time to sort all this out and figure out what actually happens.
All right, well, some of the let's do our sound bites right quick and try to get things, put us in a decent mood. First up, of course, the late-night Unique Boys from last night. Let's see if they can pop a smile on your face. Here we go.
Of course, everyone's concerned about the situation in Ukraine. And here in the U.S., people have started boycotting Russian vodka. Yeah, the Americans said, look, if we have to rip tequila shots until this is over, then by God, we will do it. Do it. A man in New York just won $10 million. $10 million from a scratch-off lottery ticket. But here's the unbelievable part. The same man won $10 million from another scratch-off ticket 3 years ago. Even crazier, the same guy was behind him in line at 7-Eleven both times. Like, oh, come on.
And finally, a doghouse that was struck by a meteorite sold last week for $44,000. Even crazier, it sold on Zillow.
Well, as we knew, Seth Meyers would not be funny. And Jimmy's not much better. Let's see here. Okay. A boater in California who fell into the ocean ended up being saved by a seal who nudged him along until he was able to reach an oil rig. Here is the boater, Scott Thompson, talking about this amazing story and how the seal helped save his life.
I just started swimming as hard as I could towards the boat. And it really didn't take too long to realize, like, it's getting farther. I'm not getting closer. I hear this splash. It's just this little harbor seal. The seal would go underwater, and he came up and nudged me like a dog comes up and nudges your leg. Did it know, like, hey, this human's in trouble. Come on, keep going, dude.
Okay. Well, they probably know when we're in trouble. Make a different splash sound.
Yeah, stories like that with dolphins and other mammals in the ocean. Yeah, I've seen some of those before. Well, so he's lucky that little guy came along.
Yeah. Today is World Compliment Day.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I thought we asked Alexa for a compliment. Hey, Alexa, pay me a compliment.
Wow. You look like you've lost 5 pounds.
Thank you.
Only 30 more to go. Your new hat looks nice. I think your grandmother would love it. Your house is lovely. It's very comfortable and lived in. Glad you didn't go out of your way to impress anyone. You have such a cute car. Didn't your friend's father have the same model when he was 16? And you should smile more. You look so much better with the smile. Happy World Compliment Day.
Okay.
Yeah, my father had a Model A when he was 16. I'd love to have one of those.
It'd be worth something now.
Yeah, no kidding.
When the world is in crisis, of course, Joe Behar from The View knows how to discuss it by it being all about her and her fat bottom. She's upset that her travel plans may be ruined because of turmoil in Ukraine. Oh, well, why don't you go there and help them fight, Joy? For more, here's our favorite lounge singer from the hotel on the edge of town. Go
Joy
ahead.
Behar getting slammed after complaining that the conflict may interfere with her travel plans.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too. Plan a trip. You want to go there? I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic. And now this, it's like, what's going to happen there?
It's all about me. As always, it's all about me. Not whoopee, not even about World War III.
As you can see, Joy is back.
I'm thinking about me, not globally. As usual, it's all about me.
I was in London for a few days just because I wanted to go.
Yeah, what a seething, stinking pile of garbage that show is.
She's wasted human flesh.
Wow.
All of them are.
What a, ugh.
Have you heard about the plant-based pet food company in Britain that's offering to pay a dog owner more than $6,000 to switch their canine diet for 2 months and keep track of the pet's poop smells? For $6K, you better get a sniffing, huh?
Now I just saw a deal too good to be true. I can make $6,000 just for sniffing my dog's poop. Now I don't have a choice whenever my dog farts, so I won't need no training, cause it really ain't that hard to go sniffing. To go sniffing. Oh, Rover's looking at me totally in shock when I get down on my knees and sniff the load that he just dropped. Just a sniffing, sniffing, sniffing.
So let me guess, this company that's going to make this all veggie dog food or whatever it is, trash, couldn't find an employee that was willing to do that. All the employees there at that company said, hey, you go sniff your dogs.
Well,
I'm not doing it.
They might give a biased reply because they want their company to succeed.
All right. Well, fine. I mean, all you're doing is reporting on the smell. How's that going to make it succeed or not?
I was in the grocery store yesterday and I was looking in the seafood section and there it was. Plant-based shrimp.
Well, they've been making that stuff for years.
Have they? Shrimp?
Yeah, well, I guess crab legs or something.
Well, I saw crab cakes, plant-based crab cakes. I don't know. I'm going to keep that stuff out of my body.
Well, yeah, it's they talk about processed food and how bad it is for you. Well, what do you think that stuff is? What kind of chemicals and crap is in that?
What's special about today? Well, we got the news for you. You've heard the headline news. This is the not headline news.
This is not headline news. Today is Fat Tuesday, or as woke people know it, Plus Size Tuesday. Kim Kardashian said Kanye's behavior on social media has created tension and made her anxious. Reportedly, she was so anxious on her $150 million jet, she could barely eat her caviar. And Ukraine is using Twisted Sister's "We're Not Gonna Take It" as a battle cry.
Oh, we're not gonna take it.
But Russia says they're headed for a heartache and living on a prayer. 80s rock war is on. This is not headline news.
I'll tell you what day it is. It's drink bourbon and hang out with your dog day. Pass it along.
Well, I can go along with that, except mine would be gin and tonic. According to a new study, more than half of Americans feel they become more sensitive to noise. Have you become sensitive to noise? They say this has happened since the pandemic. There are a few of the noises that bother people the most, including vehicles, busy roads, sneezing, metro train, and other electronics and vacuums, which you just heard them all.
Great.
Now that you're annoyed to go to work, some good news for you. Chef Jose Andres is with World Central Kitchen, and he's helping feed the refugees from Russia, from the Russian-Ukraine war. Here he is at the Ukraine-Poland border, explaining what he's doing to help the people fleeing the war.
People are cold, families are cold. They carry with them whatever they can bring. We are already feeding in Romania, We're going to be in different entry points too. Remember, it's a lot of roads that leave Ukraine in different parts. We're telling them, guys, just making sure that people are fed. And those are our people, and we're going to be supporting them in many ways.
Okay. And, of course, from the music world, I'm not sure who is doing the voting here, but these are supposedly the best 3 bass lines of all time, according to Guitar World. At number 3, it is... Chime in when you know, Colonel.
No clue.
You haven't heard that?
No.
That is Sex Machine by James Brown. And School Days by Stanley Clarke. Anyway, that came in number 3. At number 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Stay on the scene, get on up like a sex machine. Get on up, get up, get on up.
Actually, that's Sex Machine there by James Brown.
I was going to say, yeah.
The other one was School Days by Stanley Clarke.
All right, I've heard Sex Machine. I wouldn't know who sang it or what the name of it is, but I've heard it.
All right, here's your number 1 bass line of all time.
Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't know who the
It's
artist
Chic,
is.
and it's called Good Times.
Okay, well, all right. I'm having a
If you were out in the disco days, you would know. That's about as complicated as the song gets.
Yes, I know.
I
Which
tell you.
is generally why I turn that off when I can, but I can't reach the knob from here. So.
Well, that's not the best bass line of all time.
I wouldn't think so either. But
Give me a moment, and I'll tell you which. I'll play the one it is.
Yeah.
That's
somebody's subject. Yeah, it's just like all these movies. Here's the top, 10 best science fiction movies or whatever, and then they ignore some of the best.
People at Guitar World smoke one too many doobie.
Yeah.
Come on, now I can't find it. You got to be kidding me. Come on. Let's get this one then.
Well, what's your best or your top 3 bass lines?
Well, I'm going to give you the best bass line of all time.
We'll have a contest.
Yeah. Here we go. Best bass line of all time, according to Steve.
That would be a better choice than any of the other 3. I'll give you that.
That's the best bass line of all time. Hard to beat it. And you know I like it because I play it every week. And you know what? It's only one note.
Yes.
So you can't beat that.
No, that's better than the other. Well, I don't know. Sex Machine was, that was always.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's up there.
All right, from our Twitter people today, those on Twitter land, and some of the comments I picked up late yesterday from John Solomon. He says, Georgia finds more than 2,000 suspected foreigners trying to get on the state's voter rolls.
No kidding. Really? I mean,
last time they had ballot stuffers, and now they got...
Yeah, they're just catching on to all this stuff. Right.
Yeah. Come on in the South. Get up here. We'll get you on the roll. From Tom Cotton, Senator, Biden still refuses to sanction the Russian energy production that is funding Putin's invasion. This is a pathetic lack of leadership from the White House. Now, you got to keep in mind, yeah, I'd love to shut off their oil and hurt them too. But they're going to immediately take that oil, send it to China, and they're not going to be hurt by it.
Yeah.
So why inconvenience ourselves to make no point at all to Putin? He's going to sell it anyway.
Well, it's just ridiculous. the best thing to do is just be self-sufficient. And, we could do that.
That's how you
here in the
hurt him. You
States.
start taking his business from other
Right.
people.
And the other thing is, if the Chinese are obviously watching this thing and thinking, okay, how's Taiwan going to go when we try to do this? And what we need to be thinking is what critical manufacturing and production on Taiwan needs to be brought back to the States, or at least set up in somewhere else. There's a few things that Taiwan produces, and computer chips is one of them. And, when the Chinese stick their hand in that, we are really going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And, we need to start looking at that long term, and we don't.
All right, from John Rich, the country singer. Fact checkers never existed until the truth started coming out. That's very true.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
From My Son Hunter, the Hunter Biden movie. How does the Secret Service, quote, lose years of Vice President's son's travel records?
They lose it on orders from someone.
Yeah, someone higher up. Let's see who that would be. Oh, the president?
And I'm not sure that it's quote unquote lost. It's just
made unavailable.
Yes, unavailable, moved, filed incorrectly, kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, the question was, how did the Secret Service lose it? Well, somebody answered it and said, easy. We're living in a two-tier world of justice system. Rules for thee, but not for me. It's a big club, and we're not in it.
That's about it. We have a royalty in this country, and
we got it here in this county too.
Well, exactly. There's
which we're going to flush out pretty soon.
Well, yeah, hopefully we'll flush it out, but there's a royalty, and it's called politics. The difference is you can move in and out of it, but it's there.
Tim Young said, what happens to all the people who were fired for not getting the vaccine now that the vaccine mandates are being lifted? Do they get their job back? Probably not. Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of State. Putin's money is being laundered by oligarchs who launder more than half of their wealth outside of Russia. Sanction them, freeze their assets. John Solomon again, he says House physicians can lift COVID mask mandates in chamber ahead of Biden's State of the Union speech. How convenient is that?
Yeah.
Just before the speech, the CDC says you don't have to wear them indoors. Boy. And from the Blaze, Joe Rogan blasts Bill Gates for lecturing people about health when he has man boobs, a gut, and toothpick arms.
Oh, dear. Well, Joe Rogan, yeah, he's a pretty tough guy. I mean, he's actually going and...
Oh, he stepped in the MMA cage.
Yeah, you
not just as a ring announcer.
You step into that thing, man, you're taking your... You better be in shape, man, because you'll get torn apart.
Yeah, they used to have a show called Bully. It was pretty funny. But it was a MMA fighter who went without any protection whatsoever, and they gave the bully all the protection in the world. All he had to do was last 1 minute for $10,000.
Yeah, right.
Nothing else, he could run away from him. But as soon as that cage fighter called him, and he just toyed with him. He hit him one time and knocked his butt to the ground, and
that's about it.
He wouldn't get down there and ground and pound, but it was funny. Ding, ding, ding from Kevin McMahon. Has Joe Biden sanctioned American energy more than Russian energy?
Probably. Biden's, he's out to lunch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he should be in one of the many nursing homes available throughout the country. Pick one and get to it. That's where he needs to be.
Other things we need to know so you don't sound stupid today. Biden gives the State of the Union address tonight. Yeah, like I'm going to watch that. Now there's a new study that says there could be a link between eating meat and multiple sclerosis.
Oh, no. Okay.
Not good. CNN tapped Stephen Colbert producer, Stephen Colbert producer Chris Link to replace Jeff Zucker as the top executive when Discovery takes over the company.
So
I guess it would be Colbert, Stephen Colbert's producer.
They're not really changing anything then, because that clown will probably be the same as Zucker was.
Yeah. As long as you hate Trump, in which Colbert does.
They're just going to fire all the old hats and bring in new people that are going to say the same things.
I heard someone say yesterday, the rumor is it'll be Trump versus Clinton AOC.
Oh, my God.
Except AOC won't be old enough to run.
The VP.
That's the only saving grace. Well, you have to be old enough to be president if you're going to potentially have to step into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it 35? My memory.
Well, 35 is the presidential one. I to be honest, I don't know.
And she's like 27.
I'm drawing
29.
a blank on the VP thing.
Let's see here. Study found that having pets may have a positive impact on brain power, providing better memory and brain health. Prior studies have suggested that the human-animal bond may have health benefits like decreasing blood pressure and stress. Well, I could have told them that.
That's been said. I remember hearing that when I was a little kid. You know, I mean, why are we paying for what study was that?
I don't know.
How
But you
much
knew
did we pay
some
for it?
lazy-ass professor got a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, here, let me take all this stuff that's been out there for years, and I'll roll it into a new study, and I'll only charge $1 million instead of $5 million. Jeez.
Former North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory has officially filed to run for the U.S. Senate in North Carolina.
Yeah, let's all give him a Bronx cheer.
CBS Sports says they're hearing that Raiders quarterback Derek Carr is going to be traded to Indianapolis.
Okay, don't care.
One of the insane videos out there right now on YouTube shows a Ukraine man removing a landmine from a bridge with his hands while smoking a cigarette. Now, that's a tough man.
That's the Marlboro man there. I mean, cool.
You know,
I guess he's done it before.
You know, we had that story yesterday about the man who was in a wheelchair and he had 3 dogs. 2 of them got out of a house fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he lit up a cigarette while watching his house burn. A real man would have gone back in, crawled off that wheelchair, gone back in, lit his cigarette off the burning house, and then grabbed the collar by his teeth and dragged the dog out. That's what I would have done.
We're going to see a lot of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. We have to get past those early clouds that are out there and chilly temperatures that are on tap. As we head throughout the day, we're going to see a nice warm-up. Temperatures will head into the mid to upper 60s for this afternoon. Tonight, we're talking about the upper 30s and lower 40s with highs in the low to mid 70s. As we head into tomorrow, highs will reach the upper 70s. On Thursday, it's going to be a very warm one. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. As a Russian military convoy some 40 miles long snakes its way toward Ukraine's capital, Kiev, Putin's artillery hammers away at Ukraine's second largest city, not sparing civilian targets.
One after the other, explosions burst through a residential area of the city. In one video, verified by the AP, a man pleads with a woman to leave, and another woman cries.
Correspondent Charles De Ledesma says Putin's war is creating a massive humanitarian crisis. An estimated 520,000 Ukrainians, many of them women and children, have been forced to flee their homeland, many of them relocating to Poland, where the BBC's Adam Easton is stationed.
About 2/3 of people fleeing the war in Ukraine are coming to Poland, a Deputy Interior Minister said. Poland is home to a large Ukrainian community, and many are coming to stay with family members already in the country. The Polish authorities are coordinating a huge humanitarian effort to help refugees who have nowhere to stay.
The Ukraine crisis expected to figure prominently in tonight's State of the Union address. President Biden getting failing grades from the American people as he gets ready for tonight's speech.
When the president stands before Congress and the country tonight, he won't have the support of most Americans. In several polls, including one from the Washington Post and ABC News, Mr. Biden is underwater. 37% approve of his job performance, 55% disapprove. He especially gets low numbers for his handling of the economy.
And White House correspondent Greg Clugston says that address scheduled to take place at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Watching Wall Street this morning, stock futures deep in the red. Right now, the Dow futures are down 236 points. NASDAQ futures 105 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
A delegation of former senior U.S. officials dispatched by President Biden has arrived on Taiwan.
The delegation includes former defense and security officials. They'll meet Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen. There's been an increase in U.S. figures traveling to Taiwan over recent years, but this visit, coming just days after Russia invaded Ukraine, is particularly symbolic. There's been speculation that China, which believes Taiwan is its own territory, might use Russia's military action to push its own claims over the island. Beijing has reacted angrily to the visit, but the US seems keen to show China that even with conflict in Europe, Washington is not ignoring its commitments in East Asia.
The BBC's Michael Bristow. Tens of thousands of people ordered to evacuate their homes, parts of Australia's southeast coast, swamped by the worst flooding in more than 10 years. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Some employees of a big retailer can look forward to a fatter paycheck along with some improved benefits.
Workers at Target stores and distribution centers in places like New York, where competition for finding and hiring staff is the fiercest, could see starting wages as high as $24 an hour this year. The Minneapolis-based discount retailer will adopt minimum wages that range from $15 to $24 an hour, with the highest pay going to hires in the most competitive markets. The new starting salary range, part of a company plan to spend an additional $300 million on its labor force this year. That will also include broader, faster access to health care coverage for hourly workers. John Scott reporting.
Voters in Texas ushering in the midterm campaign season today. Primary voting is going on. Several congressional races underway, and incumbent Republican Governor Greg Abbott appears set to secure his party's nomination for another term. More on these stories at townhall.com.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
I'm Congressman Dan Bishop. American troops risk their lives to protect our freedoms every day. But President Biden's policy will punish soldiers for exercising their own freedoms.
Weijia Jiang is at the White House. So Weijia, it was actually President Biden who directed this change.
Service members who refuse to get vaccinated could be reprimanded or punished.
This is not about freedom or personal choice. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
President Biden's policies are punishing and reprimanding soldiers.
CBS 17's Mackenzie Staska was live outside Fort Bragg.
At least 350 soldiers at Fort Bragg could see their careers come to an end for refusing the COVID vaccine.
I'm Congressman Dan Bishop. I'm sponsoring legislation to protect our troops from President Biden's vaccine mandate. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford. To say the past year and a half has been tough is an understatement. And it's during these times that we truly value the community in which we all live in. At Cooper Ford, we continue to do all we can to pour support back into the community because taking care of each other is what it's all about. And that's why we won't have any market adjustment stickers or any of our new Fords like so many other dealers. We believe in fair and honest pricing and have from day one. So please come see us here in beautiful Carthage or visit us on the web at cooperford.net.
Cooper Ford, working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Serving Moore County since 1960 and continuously owned since then by the Parker family, Aberdeen Exterminating's goal has not changed since that first day nearly 60 years ago: to provide prompt, courteous, dependable services at a fair price. Services include termite inspections and treatments, household pest control, flea and tick control, yard treatments, mosquito control, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, real estate inspections, installing moisture barriers, bed bug treatments, and more. Pests are a part of life in the South, especially termites. That's something you can depend on, so choose a service company you can depend on. Call Aberdeen Exterminating for a free inspection. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
College basketball is in full swing, and the best place in Moore County to watch your favorite team is Rudino's Pizza and Grinders. Don't miss a minute of the action of the regular season, the conference tournaments, and the big dance on one of their 11 TVs. Check their website for daily specials. Rudino's Pizza and Grinders on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines is open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's Rudino's Pizza and Grinders.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Outgunned but determined, Ukrainian troops slowed Russia's advance and held on to the capital today as troops from Russia continue to move in. Arseny Yurchenko, a North Carolina Ukrainian, told WCTI.
Around the city, there is the noises of attack, like of the fire, of the something like a bombs.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine has led to hundreds of civilian deaths as the government hands out weapons to residents willing to fight and hundreds of thousands flee. This mother is hiding out in a Kyiv bomb shelter with her children.
Our family tries to stay strong and resist no matter what. And the same goes for all of Ukraine.
Governor Roy Cooper stopped sale of Russian liquor in its tracks with an executive order on Monday afternoon in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. As North Carolina falls in line to impose sanctions, Greenville shoppers share their opinions of state leaders' move. Daniel Ergo told WITN.
Specifically, I came looking for Ukrainian vodka. It's not an easy thing to do, I get that, but, as soon as they can pull it, I 100% support it.
A CBS News poll out this morning suggests wide support for the U.S. response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. CBS News manager of surveys Fred Backus tells us.
Many Americans express concern that the conflict between Russia and Ukraine could lead to a wider war in Europe. More than 8 in 10 express concern about this, including nearly half who say they are very concerned.
The amount of trash on the side of the road continues to rise across the state, including Mecklenburg County. Last year, over 13 million pounds of trash was collected statewide, about 1 million in Mecklenburg County alone, which is 20% spike compared to 2 years ago. This man told WSOC.
I get up in the morning, go for a run, and it's just more trash and all kinds of random things. So pretty gross.
You're listening to NCN News.
Science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, is an important part of instruction in North Carolina, but not all schools can provide it. NC Green Power is a nonprofit promoting STEM education through its Solar Plus Schools grant program. Donations to the program help provide training for teachers and hands-on activities for students. Plus, schools save on energy costs with an educational solar array. Help students by supporting Solar Plus Schools today. Visit ncgreenpower.org. Learn more and donate to benefit STEM education. ncgreenpower.org.
Hi, Darcy the Cow here for Black Cow, the mature manure. Planting a sustainable vegetable garden helps to protect the environment, and there's nothing like knowing where your vegetables came from. Black Cow is a natural fertilizer with 10 times more nutrients than garden soil. Everything grows better with Black Cow, you know. That's blackcowcow.com.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Most places today, it's just Tuesday, but it's Fat Tuesday in the Big Easy.
The mayor of New Orleans, LaToya Cantrell, has ceremonially handed over the city to Rex, the king of carnival.
To His Majesty, ruling for one day is what the city of New Orleans needs. Do you all agree?
The annual Mardi Gras celebration seems just a little more intense this year after not having it last year due to the pandemic, with an estimated 2 million people partying in the streets of New Orleans.
North Carolina Representative Ted Bott has filed candidacy paperwork to officially join this year's U.S. Senate race. The 3-term Republican congressman from Davie County filed with the state elections board on Monday. A bus full of Cleveland County high school students have returned around 2:30 on Monday afternoon on a road in Johnston County near the school. 12 on board, including the bus driver, were taken to the hospital. Cleveland high school student Justin Baker was on board and suffered minor injuries. He and his mother tell WRAL.
Whenever it happened, I blacked out and I didn't really know what was going on.
It's very scary. It's very scary, very emotional, very traumatic to think that something like that could happen. Your heart just jumps out of your chest.
New research suggests the Tyrannosaurus Rex may not be what we thought it was.
It has long been considered the most iconic dinosaur, but the T-Rex may actually not be one, not two, but 3 separate species. Research published in Evolutionary Biology suggests the Tyrannosaurus Rex has 2 cousins, named the Tyrannosaurus imperator, or the emperor, and the Tyrannosaurus regina, or the queen. The theory is kicking up a lot of dust in the paleo community from those who say these 2 additional species are simply variations of the T-Rex.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
We're seeing a few high clouds to start, but as we head into the afternoon, expect a lot more sunshine and warmer conditions to move in. Highs heading into the mid to upper 60s today, and then tonight we'll fall into the upper 30s and the lower 40s. It's going to be a little bit milder out there. And as we head into tomorrow, looking at highs in the low to mid 70s with a big dose of sunshine on the way. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, sunny skies, 38 degrees, humidity 86%, 2.34, solar radiation 56 watts per square meter, pressures 30-24, and winds are calm. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Tuesday morning. Work can finally begin as early as next week on a bridge replacement and road realignment project in Moore County. The structure that carries NC-22 over Nicks Creek just west of Whispering Pines was constructed in 1940 and has reached the end of its useful life. Plans call for installing a new box culvert along with the new alignment of NC-22 just east of the existing path of the highway. Under a $3.5 million contract recently awarded by the North Carolina Department of Transportation, Mount Creek Contractors, Inc. of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, will begin the project with clearing and grubbing work that should be completed by mid-March. The new alignment of North Carolina 22 is scheduled to be completed and open to traffic by fall of 2023. And Representative Jamie Bowles officially filed with the Board of Elections to run for re-election in North Carolina's House of Representative District 52, which will serve Moore and Richmond counties. Bowles grew up in Aberdeen, attended Moore County's public schools, and has been the owner of Bowles Funeral Home and Crematory in Southern Pines since 1984. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And, of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:16. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
The Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst.
With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. We start with college hoops, and Brady Manick with 22 points, Caleb Love hitting a clutch three-pointer, and North Carolina defeating Syracuse 88-79 last night in overtime. Heels head coach Hubert Davis on the Monday Night Excitement.
It's just a fun game to coach. You know, it's really a special moment to have a front row seat, to be able to see these kids on both ends, on both teams, just really step up and make plays in pressure situations. You know, one of the things that I've told the team over and over since I became head coach was you have to find joy in how hard it is to be successful as an individual and as a team. And there are going to be tough times. There are going to be stressful times. And in those times, you have to find joy in being a part of those situations.
Last night's victory assures Carolina of a top four finish in the ACC and a double bye in the conference tournament. They finished the regular season Saturday at Duke. Also in college sports last night, D1 men's hoops, Norfolk State winning their 10th consecutive game by routing NC Central 75-46 in Norfolk. On the pro court, the Milwaukee Bucks scored a season-high 44 points in the second quarter of last night's 130-106 shelling of Charlotte. Head coach James Borrego was asked about the second quarter breakdown.
It was a combination of things: poor offense, their transition game. Poor offense, they were the more physical team in the first half. We knew that going into the game, it was going to be a challenge. So just got to keep playing, and you got to put 4 quarters together, 48 minutes together, and that's the challenge.
The deadline for Major League Baseball to hammer out a collective bargaining agreement in order to start the season on time came and went Monday, but talks are not yet over in Jupiter, Florida. Both sides have agreed to extend the deadline to 5 p.m. today as they continue to hammer out sticking points which center on a luxury tax, salary cap, and the right to expand the playoffs. This is NCN Sports.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words: made in America. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. The majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
Hall of Fame shortstop and 5-time World Series winner Derek Jeter's dream of running a baseball team is over as he stepped down as Marlins CEO on Monday. CBS Sports MLB analyst Jim Bowden says Jeter's vision of how he'd be able to run a team never came to fruition.
He thought he was going to have full autonomy of running the Marlins baseball operations and organization. That did not come to fruition. So there was a divide between him and owner Bruce Sherman. He also had a vision of being able to spend money once the young prospects were ready. He found that was not the case as well.
Jeter said in a statement, quote, "The future of the franchise is different than the one I'd signed up to lead." He's also giving up his 4% share of ownership of the team. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Carolina Power and Generators knows that protecting your home is always top priority, and securing a dependable source of power is a simple yet important way of protecting what's yours. Just think about it. Just one power outage could potentially cost you hundreds, even thousands of dollars, from flooded basements, frozen pipes, spoiled food, and more. The generator guys at Carolina Power and Generators can help you protect your biggest asset with a whole home standby generator. It's simple. Your whole home standby generator comes on automatically when the power goes out, while you stay safe in the comfort of your own home. Call the generator experts today at 910-241-4677 to schedule a free in-home assessment, or visit generacnc.com. Carolina Power and Generators, 910-241-4677.
The best in-store service, unbeatable prices, locally owned. Hi, this is Katherine Phelps. Joe and I are the new owners of your local Sears hometown store. We're creating relationships and helping our customers make an informed buying decision is our business. The month of March, all home appliances are up to 30% off and extra discounts with a Sears card or 12 months no interest. And remember, we lease to own every day. Shop your locally owned Sears hometown store in the Town and Country Shopping Center, Aberdeen.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
Hey, this is Steve Leader Adams. You know, for many years, I've had arthritis in my right shoulder. I was at the point that surgery was the only option. Then I discovered pressure wave therapy, available at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. Pressure wave therapy is a machine that concentrates pulses of pressure waves into your joint at a rate of 2,000 pulses per minute. The treatment is non-invasive and there is no downtime. Pressure waves help your body restore blood flow to your damaged joints and can even remove bone spurs and works on almost any joint in the body, including knees, hips, feet, and elbows. I've gone to only being able to raise my arms from 90 degrees to a full 360-degree motion. You can live pain-free too, without going under a surgeon's knife. Give Dr. Sharon Wright a call at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. 910-673-2225. That's 910-673-2225. This is the perfect time of the year to bust out all your Echo tools and equipment from Beaver Equipment. Thanks to all the storms, my new Echo chainsaw from Beaver Equipment has been getting a good workout. Beaver Equipment is the place to go for rough and rugged Echo equipment for real men. They offer 5-year warranties and are locally owned and operated. So men, get out there and enjoy your Echo Power equipment from Beaver Equipment, Highway 211 in Aberdeen, 910-944-0402.
This is Bob Bonville of Griswold Home Care of Pinehurst. Over the past several years, we have grown substantially. Here's one of the reasons why. Dorothy of Pinehurst wrote, quote, "After Dad died, I talked to Mom about moving to a retirement home, but she wanted to stay in her own home. After calling the office, the meeting with you, Mom, and myself, we all agreed on the care that fit her needs, and it worked out beautifully," end quote. Call me, Bob Bonville, at 910-420-2360. That's 910-420-2360, or go online to griswoldhomecare.com/Pinehurst.
I'm Congressman Dan Bishop. American troops risk their lives to protect our freedoms every day. But President Biden's policy will punish soldiers for exercising their own freedoms.
Weijia Jiang is at the White House. So Weijia, it was actually President Biden who directed this change.
Service members who refuse to get vaccinated could be reprimanded or punished.
This is not about freedom or personal choice. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
President Biden's policies are punishing and reprimanding soldiers.
CBS 17's Mackenzie Staska was live outside Fort Bragg.
At least 350 soldiers at Fort Bragg could see their careers come to an end for refusing the COVID vaccine.
I'm Congressman Dan Bishop. I'm sponsoring legislation to protect our troops from President Biden's vaccine mandate. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
This is more than just innovation. This is smarter innovation. This is GE Profile at Keys Appliance Center in downtown Aberdeen. This is no spills autofill for hands-free fill-ups from your fridge. This is no preheat air fry right in your oven for food that's crispy without the oil. This is an in-oven cook cam so you can check on your food from your phone. This is smarter innovation. This is GE Profile. Upgrade today with your local appliance experts at Keys Appliance Center, located at 104 East Main Street, downtown Aberdeen. Call us at 910-944-8887 or shop online at keysappliance.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. From time to time, I can't help it. I just got to tell you how blessed I feel to live in America. I don't even know where to start. I reckon the logical place is our military. Thank you to all the men and women who are literally keeping us safe. Russia attacked Ukraine. They'd attack us if they thought they could get away with it. So thank you. Thank you to our cops and firefighters and ambulance personnel. The things you see. When people die in wrecks, the horror of car wrecks, the way people die, and the men and women who have to see those sights and see the pain and the way lives are changed forever. Well, I go on with my life peacefully because of you. But I'll tell you who I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the regular, everyday people who go to work and come home and just want to have a safe place for their families. The people who don't care what color you are. The ones who make this nation great by actually having jobs and paying taxes. Everywhere I look and everything I have, someone made it or grew it or built it or drove a truck and bought it to me. I look at our freedom to worship God, and I'm amazed, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm so grateful. America is the greatest place on earth, and Americans are the greatest people on earth. Does that offend you? Does that offend you to hear that? Well, if it does, you should, well, I imagine you probably know what you should do, so why don't you? I hope everyone has a wonderful day. From the Zumwalt Zone.
We're going to see a lot of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. We have to get past those early clouds that are out there and chilly temperatures that are on tap. As we head throughout the day, we're going to see a nice warm-up. Temperatures will head into the mid to upper 60s for this afternoon. Tonight, we're talking about the upper 30s and lower 40s with highs in the low to mid 70s. As we head into tomorrow, highs will reach the upper 70s. On Thursday, it's going to be a very warm one. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us. Come on, take me to the
I just want to see how your breasts are holding up. I haven't seen them since Mardi Gras.
Well, laissez les bon temps rouler. Translation, let the good times roll.
Good time.
It's a party.
All right, who wants to party?
Party on, dude. Let's get this party started.
Sure.
Party! May I have your attention, please?
Guess what today is?
It's Tuesday.
It's the first of the month.
First day of the month.
Where did the time go?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Is this a show?
I heard that this show is like really good.
This is a good, clean show. It's time to party.
Yeah, it is.
Let's have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Hooray! It's Mardi Gras.
It's showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County.
Wait a minute. Okay, now go.
There you go. Good morning, Moore County. Time once again to take in the fresh air of truth and freedom found only here at WEEB. Time to also get your bag of donuts and your coffee out because Dave Hensley's here with his report.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running at our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located on your for you. Just if you want to hear our audio stream, that's easy too. That's available 24/7 upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages where it says on the air, listen live. Click that once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Just going to get better and better this week. Mostly sunny today with a high of 67. Tonight, clear and 39. Tomorrow, clear 74. Then for Wednesday night, clear and 45. Thursday, even warmer, sunny 76. Then we have a one-day drop on Friday. We go back to a high of 59. Still no rain involved. And for Saturday and Sunday, 73, 81 respectively. Monday, 84. Man, we're going to be 90 before we get out of March. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm. Pressure 3024, solar radiation up to 68 watts per square meter. Dew point 35, humidity 82%. And it is sunny and 40 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All righty, it is 8:32, 32 past the hour. Dave Hensley, member of the school board, joins us this hour. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Moore County. Good morning, red cockaded woodpeckers.
You can introduce your guest.
Oh, yes. And good morning, Adul.
For you.
Red cockaded woodpeckers.
Yeah, there's
there
a
you
whole
go.
story about. So, red cockaded woodpeckers are this endangered species of woodpeckers, right? I was first introduced to them when I was stationed at Camp Lejeune.
Yes,
right.
indeed.
So these woodpeckers, so I was stationed at Camp Lejeune and they labeled trees, endangered woodpeckers, right? Then I go to Fort Polk, Louisiana, and they're endangered there, right? So all of a sudden I'm like, wait, these endangered woodpeckers range from coastal North Carolina to Louisiana. I can sit on my back porch and a good day I can see, 3 or 4 of them. So they're so endangered that you can sit in a given space and see 3 or 4 of them in Pinehurst. They range the entire southeast. The other interesting thing about them is they appear to only nest where you're building a house.
Yes.
If you have a lot, like a quarter-acre lot, you have to have a woodpecker checker, a pecker checker, come out and look for woodpeckers, right? And they'll inevitably find one on your lot that adds $50,000 to your house.
Right.
But say they want to build a target that generates tons of revenue for the state. They can clear cut 200 acres to build a target, and there's not a woodpecker in sight. So these highly endangered red cockaded woodpeckers, which appear to occupy a fourth of the United States and are as dense, say, as mosquitoes, they only nest in would-be residential lots.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you have property or whatever, that's the first thing you want to do is go through and take a look.
But it's good for the economy because it creates jobs for pecker checkers.
Yes.
That's a training class for a pecker checker. There you go.
Well, Adul, if you're ambitious in life, maybe you can figure out how to apply to be a pecker checker.
That's wrong on so many levels.
Hey, I do.
Man.
By the way, that is not what we planned on leading out with. Just, I do want to point out that at the 7th, the bass riff, right? You guys noticed Dragon Attack by Queen at the 7:30 show. Steve and Jeff did a bit about the best bass riffs of all time.
Picked out by Guitar World, not by Stephen Jones.
I can tell you. So I sent a text.
Great opt-out.
Those are not the best bass riff of all times. Let's start with Another One Bites the Dust.
Yes, there you go.
By Queen, and the prelude to it, which they never play on the radio, which is Dragon Attack. That is probably the best, most recognized bass riff of all time. But the list did not.
I never heard Dragon Attack.
Well, it's the prelude to it. When it first came out,
I've
they used
heard
to play the
Another One
songs
Bites
together.
the Dust plenty times, but
the
Dragon, I don't. First of all, it sounds like it was. They had one mic in the middle of a garage recording it.
Yeah, it was.
It doesn't sound like they're on it.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much recorded on the fly because it's only like a little minute and a half long prelude. But
It's 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Well, that's you multiply it by 3, and it's a minute and a half. But or divide by 3. But no list is complete without a ZZ Top song. Red Hot, the Chili Peppers. You can even put No Doubt in there. Hella good. So.
All right, I was thinking of a Steely Dan song with an amazing bass riff. Peg got to be thrown in there.
Yeah.
That bass on Peg is amazing.
Yeah, you should have heard the list. So we had an exciting announcement for today. Remember, we talked about it last week, and we were all excited. It involves your brother, your twin brother.
Yeah, and we're gonna make that announcement very soon.
Yeah.
Given some clearings, but one thing I will say is there's a lot more minorities running for office here in North Carolina, across the country. You see that from Arizona. There's a young black conservative running for Congress in Arizona. So we're seeing a lot of diversity. Matter of fact, and I didn't tell you we were going to talk about this, you literally have, I think now in North Carolina, 16 African Americans running for the state legislature on the Republican side. So
16 running for the General
As Republicans.
Assembly.
Republicans.
Yeah, that's key.
And that is a huge change in what we've seen in previous years. So I think that's a testament to people like Clarence Henderson and the Frederick Douglass Foundation and others that are out there trying to, spread the word about the conservative side of things.
Well, the issue is, and I've said this many times, is that there's these advocacy groups that once served a purpose, and they've abandoned their purpose, and they've just become attack dogs for the left. The example I like to use is the National Organization of Women. The National Organization of Women acts like they speak for all women. Well, I don't know a single woman that the National Organization of Women speaks for, because all the National Organization of Women speak for are far leftists. And the once proud National Organization of Women have completely abandoned their charter, and they're just attack dogs from the left.
Yeah, you think about the role of groups like the NAACP, the National Action Network, and the point being is, like you said, no, they don't speak for all black people, but the perception is that this group is representative of all black people.
Right.
And then I'm going, well, wait a minute, I completely disagree. And then there are, tens of thousands of us that aren't in that pool. Like, no, we don't. Yeah, and we don't agree. I mean, even now, I've heard it said by certain black political caucuses that if I'm a black man and I have a different political disposition, then I am fighting against the black woman. I am trying to tear down the black woman. And I'm like, do you know how many black women that I work with on a daily basis? Like, no. But that's the story. That's the line they're using, along with changing it up to say, if you don't want CRT, then you don't want black history. You don't want black history taught in school. That's the new mantra.
Well, the left has to redefine terms, and their hypocrisy is astounding.
Yeah, that's a new term. So American history is now that term doesn't matter. So my thought is, if you teach American history, by virtue of that, you're going to teach everything else. You're going to get slavery in there. You're going to get, the World War I, where you're going to get everything in there. One thing I will say is this, and I like to acquit people with stuff, David. So what they did, and I was reading this book last night called Discrimination and Disparities by Thomas Sowell. And what they did is they opted out of sharing the entirety of the information. So this idea that black people are lazy, that black people are somehow educationally less competent than people. So what they didn't look at was when they did these IQ and comprehensive testing pre-World War I, and then they did it again pre-World War II. Northern blacks scored higher in reading competency than Southern whites. Right. However, there were so few blacks, educated blacks from the North in the service, and most of the blacks in the military were Southern blacks, uneducated, coming from plantations and farms and rural areas, that the numbers got skewed. So now here you have this data that, look, black people are unintelligent, they can't do this and they can't do that. Well, you didn't look at the entirety of the, but that's what they do. They opt out of telling us those things. So we're now looking at what they're suggesting as it's the truth, bar any real critical analysis of it.
Well, a group that takes a stance, a hard left stance or a hard right stance, and acts like any stance and acts like they speak for all of a group of people is actually insulting. Let's take your example, the NAACP. Mm-hmm. They are a far left group that are generally just called out. You generally hear, they do they do work in the communities and whatnot, but when you see them, they're leftist attack dogs. And for them to say that they represent the views of all black people is 100% insulting, because it completely ignores the diversity of thought, the diversity of experiences, the diversity of values in the black community. What's the polling like in the black community?
Right.
Do 95% of the blacks, do they support abortion on demand? Do they support all these radical left?
Nah.
Do they want gun control? Do they want no public school choice? What are the values of the majority of black people?
The reality of it is, and I think there is some data out there to suggest most African Americans tend to land center right on most of these issues. Any hot button social issue, sure, you're going to have your outliers, and you see the differences between younger folks and older generations. But by and large, and I saw this weekend when I was out speaking in Littleton, Democrat black man running for sheriff came up to me after my speech and said, "Bro, I agree with everything you're saying." Like, everything you say right there.
Welcome aboard.
But I do think it's like this, though. It's a symptom of the fact that, and we had Joe Ford, shouts out to Senator Joe Ford, former Democrat state senator. He sat on the Urban Conservative, and we asked him straight up, David, we said, do the Democrats rely on people to be uninformed? And he kind of got uncomfortable in the seat. You could tell he was like, oh, you really asked it, and we're live. And he goes, well, unfortunately, the answer is yes, and I was a part of that mechanism. We tell people who to vote for, but not why to vote for them. And I think that is exactly what we're talking about here, is that they rely on people to be uninformed. They don't think the average American's going to sit down and really do a comparative analysis of pre-World War I, comprehensive testing to see where this claim, this stereotype even came from. So, again, I think you're right. These organizations that tend to say they speak for everybody, it's insulting. It really is. And even in my county, when I hear them say things like that, like, oh, a duel's against us, we need people who think like us. No, you just need people who think. We might be better if we just get some people who actually think.
Yes. Yeah. No group speaks for me unless I give them permission to speak for me. No group represents me. No group speaks for me. So getting back to this, you made a comment earlier about you're getting attacked because you hate strong black women. Where did this all come from?
So we have, and what the left does is they stand up these organizations, these black political caucuses, these Justice for All and Equality Now. Just they stand up these ubiquitously named organizations
that are well funded, community grants,
and the idea here is because I advocate for Republicans to be elected, I advocate for conservative principles. I work towards sharing those principles in my community, and those values and those principles are diametrically opposed to what's in the Democrat platform. It's night and day. One of the local educators, he said, brother, I think you done drunk the Kool-Aid. And I'm like, hold on. First of all, that tells me you don't even think I'm capable of a comparative analysis of two platforms.
Right. Critical self-thought.
I can't even. So you're gonna tell me I have to opt out of critical thinking at this point.
Right.
So yeah, the whole thing is I am anti-black woman. It's because I am kissing up to the white folk that that line, and and I'm getting super paid by the Republican Party. That too. Yeah.
Well, good. That's a nice looking Rolex you have on your wrist. Is that the new presidential model with diamond? Oh, wait, that's not a Rolex.
No. This is a Gen 2. So
you know what though? So let me comment on what you said. So there are outspoken people in Cabarrus County. And you refute their ideals, you refute their positions, you refute their leftist ideas, and then they immediately say you hate strong black women.
Correct.
So that's the exact same tactic that they use in Moore County against me. The left here, there's only a dozen of them. I call them the flying monkeys, right? They come out and attack me. Most of them are rich spouses of, doctors and attorneys that live in gated communities. They come out and attack me, and they spout this stuff. They were posting pictures of my house. They posted my girls' schedules at Pinecrest High School online. They come out and say this vitriol stuff, or they just come out and spout this leftist stuff. And I respond back to them. I don't do ad hominem attacks. I mean, I might get a jab in here or there, but generally I'm refuting exactly what they say, their positions, and then they just happen to be female, right? And I'm first of all, I'm counterattacking, but I'm attacking their positions. I'm attacking their leftist crap that they spout, and then their retort is always, "Oh, Hensley hates strong women." Nothing could be further from the truth. They do that with Libby Carter, right? Libby Carter, who was chair, she's on the school board. She is just, oh my God, she just says some of the dumbest stuff and takes some of the most ridiculous positions. I point out she's violating the law. I just point all this out, and then they come out and go, "Hensley hates strong women." Nothing could be further from the truth. I just hate idiocracy.
Right. You hate wrong women.
Right. Yeah, I hate wrong people. And I'm not going to let the left spout their virtue, regardless of their gender.
Well, in my case, it's simple. It's like, all right, if you're telling me you're for black families, you're for black people, you're for black businesses, then you would advocate for capitalism, because capitalism
and
is
school choice.
And you would advocate for charters, right? You would be a little bit more on the pro-life side of things, especially knowing how many black what you're saying you are. And I keep that's the one thing about me is I keep receipts. So I have the lady running Stacey Abrams' organization. I have our conversation.
Running that organization in North Carolina.
I have the conversation that I have with her. Maybe I'll share it one day, but the idea here is I say, yo, listen, you would definitely want the black guy as politically connected as I am in the black political caucus. That would be a good idea.
Right.
Let's advocate for some ideas. Let's see what resources, what can we fix? Well, you said this and that about me, and you slandered me, and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I attacked the Democrat Party. I attacked your position as a candidate on abortion, on raising taxes, and on Medicaid expansion. I don't know you personally.
Yeah.
We've never had a beer. We ain't never gone to kick it. I don't know you. Yeah. So I wouldn't attack you personally. And the fact is, once I pointed out to her that I recognize they are using these organizations as proxies for the Democrat Party, that's when the conversation ended, and my last response was a thumbs up. Never heard back from her.
Right. Yeah, because you factually refuted her.
Yeah, but that's because I don't like strong black women.
Right.
There you
go.
And
then she immediately posts, Abdul hates strong black women. And that's it. That's her summary of the conversation.
We have a black man in the Republican Party attacking us.
Yeah, no, they do the same thing. So all the listeners out there, we got tens of thousands of listeners throughout Moore County and around the world. So where can they hear more of you and your twin brother?
Oh, man, every Monday night, The Urban Conservative, tuconservative.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and anywhere you listen to podcasts, man, pretty much anywhere.
So tuconservative.com, and you've got some other podcasts on there, too. Why don't
We
you tell us
do.
about those?
Every Wednesday night, you can catch Scott and Zinga, a.k.a. Cho Nilla, America's favorite conservative couple. They've got a wedding coming up, so shouts out to them. Be looking forward to
That's
that.
exciting.
We also have the Hensley Report. We're not going to skip over that. You know, we've got the Hensley Report on there.
One.
And the first ever fully Spanish language conservative podcast, La Máquina Latina, is coming to the Urban Conservative this month. I'm really excited about that.
Yep.
Wow.
That's going to be awesome. And why don't you tell the background of the two people that are going to be hosting the all Spanish conservative podcast and radio channel?
Two brothers from Venezuela. That one whose family was murdered by, the communists there, and another brother by the name of Omar Lugo, who is the chairman of the Alamance County Republican Party, and Jonathan Uzgadagi, brother from Venezuela, is the small business owner. We call him Fulgi Uzgadagi. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. So, but those two men are going to do an amazing job on the Urban Conservative.
Yep, both North Carolinians. John lives in
Wilmington. He's out on
Wilmington.
the coast, man.
Yeah.
And you're not going to find a more patriotic dude that understands, because he's seen it in his own home country. Somebody that had to stand up and raise their hand and take the oath of citizenship and all of that. So, the popular conception is that we're against immigration. No, we're not. We're not against Hispanic immigration. We're for it. You just got to do it the right way.
Yeah, we're for law and order and following laws, whether it's a school board following the law or immigrants following the law. There's a lot. America really is the shining city on the hill, and American citizenship should mean something, and we shouldn't cheapen it and devalue it by letting people cheat and sneak across the border.
Right. Right.
Well, good. That's exciting.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, if I can understand the show, you got too much English.
Yeah.
I want no English. We want to be talking directly to the Hispanic brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah, we'll just cross our fingers and hope that the message is correct. But I've seen Jonathan speak. We were at a Frederick Douglass Foundation event in Fayetteville.
Yes.
Remember that? It was like, God, it was way out. I mean, is this still Fayetteville? I thought I was in
don't
Georgia.
even know. That shouts out to Shamika, put that together.
Yeah, Shamika Michelle did a good job. But I've heard Jonathan speak a couple times. Of course, I saw his campaign ads when he was running down in Wilmington. So I look forward to listening and not understanding a word, because I know they're going to have the right message.
We think we may subtitle it for those. We may subtitle it for those of us who didn't pay attention in Spanish class.
Wait, we're going to subtitle a radio broadcast?
Well, it'll be video too. You know,
okay.
you know how we do
All
it.
right. Very good. Well, hey, we can also see you after this show. Adul and I are going to jump in our cars and we're going to drive to Granny's Donuts. And there's going to be like 4 donuts left. And we're going to be disappointed because it's going to be like, there's going to be like an old fashioned and like this weird stuff. But anyway, so if you want to see Adul and I, will be at Granny's Donuts right after this.
I'm going to race you over there and buy them all.
There you go.
Did I tell you that story?
Yes.
David Wayne Howard, PFC Howard, and PFC Hensley's at Winchell's headquarters somewhere in Southern California in the mid-'80s. It is, yes, I will not tell that story on the radio.
No, you probably don't want to.
That's a good story.
It is, it's a mic drop because we have nothing else to say. Anyway, hey,
can we put a link to the Urban Conservative on the website, Steve?
Yeah.
Say what?
Can we put? He's busy. He's actually working over there. Believe it or not. No, I just was asking. Can we put a link to the Urban Conservative on your website?
Sure.
Oh, well, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be cool Monday night show. We've got Courtney Gills, who's running for Congress, coming on. We've got Paul Newton coming on the following week after that. So it's going to be good stuff, man. Keep the people informed.
Awesome. I have nothing to say. Oh, I want to say what I didn't want to do, and I apologize to everyone because I said we would have a big announcement today.
Well, we still technically do, though.
What's that?
I have a new job.
We need to hold off on
Okay,
that.
see,
That's
no, so
That's a Friday announcement.
Blah,
See,
blah,
we're holding
blah.
off. Look, I'm trying really hard not to be a Sean Hannity. For those out there who says, yeah, Hensley's pulling a Sean Hannity, this was not intentional. Our big announcement involving Abdul's twin brother, Raheem, is just going to have to wait for another day.
Yeah, it's going to have to wait.
Well, I have something if you're looking for something.
Sure.
All right. Let's do it.
Here you go.
We forgot to do this early on.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That'll teach me not to show up with like 2 hours worth of stuff.
All right, it's time to play. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? The following questions are from a standard fifth grade curriculum in the U.S., and if you can't get 4 out of 5 correct, you ain't got the sense of a fifth grader. All right, we ready? These are easy today. What type of rock is created by heat and pressure? I'll give you 3 choices before you answer. Metamorphic, igneous, or sedimentary?
Heat and pressure.
Diamond.
Igneous. Igneous means heat, like ignite, igneous. Right?
Metamorphosis.
Metamorphic.
Metamorphic.
Metamorphic? It is metamorphic.
All right.
A group of organs working together to perform body functions is known as A, an organ colony, B, a body structure, or C, an organ system.
I'll go with C.
Yeah, system sounds right.
System is right. Round 862 to the nearest hundredth. Is it 800, 860, or 900?
900.
900.
900. All right, buses to the museum leave every 40 minutes, starting at 8:15 a.m. It takes 20 minutes to get to the museum by bus. What time does the third bus leave for the museum?
God, 8:15, 8:40.
Is it 8:35, 9:15, or 9:35?
Got to add 80 minutes. So,
Wait, leaves every 40 minutes?
Yeah, and you're talking the third bus. So,
second,
so the second bus leaves at
8:45.
9:35.
9:35.
Well, what were the 3 choices?
9:35 is one of them.
9:35, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, lastly, what is the greatest common factor of 54 and 72?
I'm out.
And I see the duh look on everybody's face.
9.
6? 9?
It is 9. Very good.
I have Sister Jean Mary. Sister Jean Mary from St. James Elementary School to thank for that. She would walk around the classroom, 8th grade. Rebecca Connor, this is for you. She would walk around the classroom and she would snap her fingers, and you'd have to do the multiplication tables. And she would also twist your ear. If you got into trouble, she would grab your ear and she would twist it.
I know that ear twist pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say you had a ruler.
Yes. Well, no, you know,
head.
that was someone else's gig, was the ruler. She was the 9 times 7, 12 times 12, 3 times 6. So, yes, I have Sister Jean.
And
Mary
one more
to thank for
question.
that.
When is your next board meeting?
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
So, actually, we have
the 7th.
It is.
Yeah, the 7th. It'll be a work session. We'll see what's on the agenda. We do have some stuff coming up. There's a candidates forum at the VFW this Saturday, right? We'll have to be sure and get information on that and talk about it. The VFW in Southern Pines is having a candidates forum. Saturday is the Moore County Republican Convention. I am firing up the smoker for the first time this year, and I haven't really decided on the recipe, but I'm going to feed everyone. I think we're going to have smoked brisket, barbecue meatballs, jalapeno meatballs, and chicken wings.
The smoker of awesomeness is coming out.
The smoker of awesomeness will be broken out for this season.
All right, thanks, guys. And so it goes for this Tuesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9, for a Hump Day Wednesday and an extended Zoom All Zone. In the meantime, be sure to support the advertisers you hear on our station because they're local. The money stays here, rolls over, and creates jobs for all of us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought, they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the LeaderMan, and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.